It has become the in thing nowadays to say that AI is going to destroy everything. AI is the greatest threat towards humanity. Well, you know what, it's probably true. In an evolution of this trend, it's become the in thing to say that AI is going to destroy the college essay. But you know what, I'm here to tell you that even if it becomes super intelligent, takes our jobs, starts a competition for resources in which humans will inevitably lose, AI is not going to destroy the college essay, at least in the short term. Now, I'm not one for making grandiose predictions that could never ever possibly come true, but I do feel that claiming that AI is going to destroy college essays is an equally grandiose claim. So it seems that we are at loggerheads, so here's why I believe that there's no chance that we're going to be pressing F to pay respects to college essays anytime soon. Let's start with the foundational reason. Colleges have limited spots. The total undergraduate enrollment at top 10 schools of the United States, according to US News, was about 71,277, and across 4 years, that's roughly about 20,000 spots for each year. If you're competing against other people, essentially what this means is that you're going to be using everything that's available at your disposal, like all your intelligence, your wits, your talent, your skill, and guess what? Technology. Even if you use ChatGPT thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm a genius, I discovered the master key. Well, just know for a fact that you and basically every single other person who's watching this YouTube video right now has discovered that master key and is going to make use of it. And alright, if you're applying to a super selective school, you should assume that everybody and their friends basically is going to be able to do that right there, make use of those tools kind of thing, because remember, it's a competition. You're going to be fighting tooth and nail with incredibly smart people who will also have access to the technology that you are going to use. There's no rule on the planet that says that those people who make use of AI in order to improve their work, to proofread their essays, are going to be unable to make use of their human input in order to create something that they find more compelling, or to simply just take an AI output and then use that as the inspiration for something that is completely human-made altogether and is higher quality than what an AI could have achieved on its own. You are not going to be able to send to the top of the world by relying purely on the vanilla output of an AI algorithm without applying your innate creativity, your intuitiveness, and your judgment. My next point. College essays are not going to go out of style because college admissions is holistic, and essays will continue to provide valuable data point regardless of whether or not they are the determining factor in a student's admission. Holistic admissions means that admissions committees are going to consider a range of different factors in order to determine the eligibility of a student for admission to a particular college. This is kind of unique to the US though, but it essentially just means that a student's academic background isn't the only thing that's going to be considered in the evaluation process, but also their interests, their extracurriculars, as well as their essays, each of which essentially serves an important role in the admissions process, and each of which can essentially, well, if executed really well, suggest that the student really is qualified and has high potential for success in the future. However, the essay is not the be-all and all. A lot of people, they tend to think that it's the be-all and all, and they kind of forget that essentially the whole point of what we call holistic admissions is to provide context, like who is this person right here who got a perfect SAT score? Who is this person here who won a prize for designing a cure to a rare disease in squirrels, but somehow has failed 9th grade biology over and over again? Who is this person who claims to have won the IMO and IPHO multiple times, but has multiple Fs right here in high school pre-calculus? This is where essays, they come in, right? Like they show you different parts of a person. Admissions essays are valuable to look at because they allow you to kind of like cross-check a person's background with the things that they choose to write. But back to the subject of a college essay, because admissions is holistic, essays are not the be-all and all, but at the same time though, there's no reason for colleges to get rid of a super valuable data point that they could otherwise use in order to evaluate applicants, especially in those like super borderline situations right there. Now I know that there's a chance that some of you might still object to what I just said right there on the premise that essentially if the college essay can be faked, then there's no point in essentially having it as a means of assessment because people can actually cheat it. To which I respond, well, having looked at the state of the technology so far, I don't think that ChatGPT currently is truly capable of capturing that human element, the thing that makes people want to get to know a person. Now, I say that to be true essentially of the current state, not the state after multiple GPT iterations. Having a look at the technology so far, sorry not sorry, this point of view is different from that of your favorite YouTuber who basically says that AI is the secret to all wealth and power, and you can start any SaaS business right now from your bedroom with AI and become a millionaire by last Tuesday. Creating a college essay just requires something different that ChatGPT has not yet mastered, and that it may not have the ability to master because it requires self-evaluation, an understanding of implications, and the ability to draw them out to synthesize something deeper, an ability to sense the personal significance of things toward oneself. And I know how corny this sounds. I truly believe that a great college essay must necessarily come from within a person. When I tried to use ChatGPT to generate college essays, in my UChicago essay video, I found that I actually had to come up with details and background to use as input into the model in order for me to get anything useful at all from ChatGPT. I realized pretty soon that if you put garbage in, then you get garbage out, which is granted something that you can address if you actually put some time into really reflecting on the things that make you you and then feeding those into ChatGPT so that it can generate an output. The problem is, if you're already reflecting about who you are, who you want to be, and what you're going to write, then why would you not just write the essay yourself? You could write the essay yourself and then tailor it definitely towards your needs in a way that's far better than what ChatGPT could actually accomplish for you. Although, of course, it may help you with certain things like, say, phrasing and things of that nature. I don't dispute that those things will be useful. But at the end of the day, in order for an essay to really be impressive, it has to be yours. It needs to really showcase your distinct personality and the thought that you've actually put into it. If you really can write an incredible college essay with ChatGPT, then clap, clap, clap for you. Chances are you really put in a lot of effort and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in order to refine that prompt. Or you built yourself into somebody who was truly amazing to the point whereby when you put in your background, ChatGPT was actually able to adapt that into an interesting and compelling story. That's something that still is going to be tied to the overall excellence of a candidate. It's not going to make it so that a candidate who otherwise would not be admitted to a particular university would end up being admitted because of AI. That being said, I do understand that some people will be tempted to cheat, to simply just go right ahead and take the output that they receive from a ChatGPT model and then essentially paste that into a college admissions essay response. Well, this is for you. I do not recommend that you do this because you're going to get a mediocre output, and sooner or later an AI plagiarism checker is going to emerge that will essentially find you whether you use the rephrase keyword or not. On the other hand, if you are a decision maker or a member of university administration, I encourage you not to think of AI as an existential threat to the practice of assessing students' creativity as well as their points of view via the college essay. It has worked, I believe that it will continue to work, and essentially it's something that AI can only accentuate and enhance rather than degrade and destroy. At the end of the day, it is perhaps unwise to go right ahead and just get rid of the college essay because of a few bad actors, when in reality, what we're witnessing right here is essentially the cusp of a revolution of tools that can drastically increase the efficiency and also the efficacy of human beings in going about the writing, conceptualizing, and deepening process. Even if a person makes use of AI in order to perform research or do things of that nature right there, it's essentially just making use of a tool that has the ability to support a person in their writing process. Think of it as a scenario whereby you're going to end up recruiting multiple students who are essentially schooled in the technology that has the ability to change and revolutionize the world in ways that are hitherto unseen. I believe that you, as decision makers at the premier educational institutions in this country and in the world, definitely do want students who can make use of the latest technology and use it in order to accomplish their goals. Think of it in an expanded view and consider it to be a development which can potentially lead to many deeper and more well thought out essays that combine together the best that machines and human thought have to offer. Overall, I think it's great that people are making use of AI in order to get to a higher level. Although I think that this will probably have the consequence of making college admissions way more competitive. Because in the face of this, I'm pretty sure that the entire population is going to level up. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next videos, and ciao.